10 seconds.
5, 4, 3.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Off Track. And this evening, Sean is once again looking for the box that he left in the Chaz Chop Zone. They've mostly got the area cleaned up from what I understand, but he still hasn't found the extra butt plugs and dildos, and he doesn't want to have to pay for all the rest of them, so he's looking for them still.
Aren't we issuing a silver alert? Silver alert.
Right. Silver alert. If you have seen the artist formerly known as Whiskey Six, please tweet at us.
A silver alert, wouldn't he be like a cue ball alert? No offense, Chris.
Right. Cue ball alert. That's fine too. But if you've seen Sean or have any idea where he could possibly be, please tweet at us at #derailed and let us know. We're looking for Sean sightings, please. Sean sightings. We've got some.
If he's in California, he's probably hiding as a sequoia.
Yeah.
He is pretty tall.
Dude is tall.
Yeah. We've got some exciting stuff coming tonight. In the second hour, we have Stanley Levy from Black Man Thinking. He's going to be here to.
I'm nervous. We got all this super smart guy coming on, and I'm just going to hide.
It's true. He is one smart fella. I did warn him, however. I mean, I told him that we promote our show as Generally Radio Aluminum. He seemed a little nervous when I said that. He wanted to talk to his booking intern. But he said he would still come. So
okay.
He'll be here in the second hour. We're going to do a little bit of Building America. I have some commentary on a lemonade stand. And then we've got some other random nonsense that we're going to do because, well, that's what we do.
That's what we do. Mm-hmm.
So, Melissa, what are you doing? How you been?
Oh, it's been a week. It sure has been a week, but I'm packing. I am getting ready to finally make that road trip. First thing tomorrow. Heading to New Hampshire.
New Hampshire?
New Hampshire.
Going to visit your family?
Yes. First gonna go see my dad, and then I'm gonna go see Tammy afterwards. But this is the first time I'm taking my doggy Gilly. So the off-track mascot is hitting the road.
Well, we'll see how the off-track mascot travels then. That's nice.
Oh yes, I'll keep it updated. I need to get out of this heat. Although I heard New England is having stifling heat also. It's been in 90 degrees. I mean, it's only been like 101 here, so it's not that bad. But
yeah, wouldn't surprise me. It's been upper 80s here, so I guess the upper East Coast could be experiencing similar stuff.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully get a beach day in, like real beach. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mississippi isn't known for their clean beaches. So
yeah, I would say that you could maybe hope to run into Tom Brady on a beach up there, but he left that terrible football team and went to somewhere good.
Oh, I don't have any Sounders, damn it. What the hell? But I'm hoping to get some lobster, chowder, clam cakes. Yeah, the whole nine. So,
hey, have you introduced your family to APR coffee? I know you ordered some here recently. You going to take some up there and introduce them?
I did, and that was one of the reasons that I purchased it, because I'm going to take some Watson's white chocolate. I'm going to take Doc Thompson's Bacon Blast. I am going to take Lee's Blend also, because I want to encourage people, if they do make an order, to order the The add-on, the Lee's Blend.
Tell us about the Lee's Blend. What's that add-on do?
It's $10. You can get it at a cheaper rate, even though it's super expensive coffee, but the proceeds go to a charity that's really close to Dave Matthews, not the singer, the owner of APR Coffee. It's really close to his heart. So it's makes blankets for the children in, I believe it's Kenya.
Nice.
So yes.
And where could they order this Lee's Blend and the other American Pride Roasters coffees, Rusty?
Say it, Rusty. I like how you say it better.
AmericanPrideRoasters.com. That's AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
Yes.
Attaboy, Rusty. Rusty,
here,
what you working on today?
I've been working on my truck. I'm customizing the grill out front, and I've been working on it the past couple of days because I'm meticulous and really
You mean anal?
unsure of how how it's going to turn out, but so far I'm almost done with it. I got about 30 more minutes worth of work and it'll be done, and then I can just pop that bad boy right back in there. And I've been looking at all. We recently got a 2019 Nissan Frontier.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
So
I'm really happy with it.
I mean, I'm telling you, if that doesn't work out for you, 2x4, some chicken coop wire.
I'm gonna. If it don't work out, I'm not gonna go with chicken wire. I'm gonna move up to rabbit wire.
Rabbit wire, a little classier.
Yeah, But
and it's the truck's in Alabama anyway. So
what do you mean? What do you mean?
Hey, Melissa, something struck me a little while ago. You said something about Watson's White. I don't know if you're aware of this, but he's Caucasianly challenged.
Yes, I think it's that whole white chocolate irony or juxtaposition,
Okay.
There's a little bit of both, but there's caramel in it too. So that levels the playing field.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of my favorites.
DM playing some games here? I mean, we got a white guy like Ron Phillips, and he's Ron's sexual chocolate. And then we got a Caucasianly challenged fellow like Watson, and he's Watson's White.
No, he just wants to be. I have no idea, but he.
We should have him back on so he can answer for himself.
Last time he was on our show, I couldn't make it. I was so pissed.
We'll have to do it again.
So angry.
We'll have to do it again.
I was so angry, but I saved the Watson's white chocolate. My husband doesn't know I have it, so I put it in the French press when he's all done drinking coffee, so I'm hoarding it.
Does he not know about this, or would he drink it all?
He would. He would. So I gotta save it.
So I'm gonna since we're doing all this APR stuff, I've got a sneak preview to a commercial APR commercial that maybe they'll start running, on Mojo. I don't know. The levels might not be.
Well, it's a rough draft. Go ahead, play it.
It's rough, but all right, here we go.
After a long, hard night, I am exhausted. I need something that will stimulate me. That's why I start each day with Ron's sexual chocolate. It really gets me off to work. Find the flavor that stimulates you and gets you off to work at AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
Yeah, I'd say that's going to play. I had to cover a couple bells there. We missed some in that commercial.
Mm-hmm.
That sounded like one angry beaver. She maybe she had enough coffee that morning. She wasn't sounding very angry.
No, I like to think of her as a what do you call it? A fellow host that knows how to cook and get hot in the kitchen.
They have a great show. We're going to have them on as a guest coming up here real soon. They've got They've got some special prize packages that they're putting together right now. I don't know a whole lot about them, but I do know that there is going to be some Tech Brew beer jelly in these prize packages.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Tech Root
Yeah,
KY jelly.
Yeah, Pat and Holly
Beer jelly, not KY jelly.
Oh.
Pat and Holly have a great show. Over on Spoonie.
It's on
Is that right?
Spoonie. It's on
Yeah,
Spoonie directly
Spoonie.
before our show. You can listen to them and then come straight in for more punishment. I mean,
Right.
I may be helping them with their package.
ooh,
Mhm.
what else is going to be in their package?
Cool.
Well, I have been asked to help them with some of their merch.
Ooh.
Cool.
So, yes.
So you're going to be
I'll
handling their package and putting vinyl on their package?
Yes. Yes,
And
I'll
ink?
be handling it better than UPS. hmm
Ooh.
Pat
I
and
like
Holly,
it.
trust me.
Nice beaver.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just had it stuffed.
All right. So without further ado, I gotta get into this a little bit. Oh, wait a minute. Don't you have something Leprechaun sent us?
We can get to that in a little bit. Just wanted to just go ahead and finish off promoting their show over at Real Food, Real People over on Spoonie.com. Spoonie.com. Real Food, Real People. Pat and Holly. Good stuff, Good show.
You can find them on Twitter too. Real Food, Real People Pat and Real Food, Real People Holly on the Twitters. So
Yeah, their show comes on an hour before ours does.
which is what 6 p.m. Central Time. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, on the Spoonie. And
On
they're
the
a good warm up act to us, so you might as well. I mean, you're
Well,
eating
yeah.
your dinner.
So,
I think we're a step down.
Well, I mean, if you have some wine while you're listening to Real Food, Real People, then you're right on our level. Yeah.
Very good. Yes.
All right, we're going to talk about a lemonade stand.
The entrepreneurial spirit is to dream and to do. We are building America.
I love that sounder. The person that created that is a genius. Anyway, I was really proud of my children earlier this week. They wanted to run a lemonade stand. I was, yeah, let's do this.
and this isn't fake news. This is a real Building America story.
Right. They got their lemonade stand together and they're putting it out front. They came up to me and they said, we only have 5 cups. I'm like, well, I'll tell Mom that she could bring some more home, but I don't think you can run a lemonade stand with 5 cups.
How old are your children?
6 and 8. Almost 7 and 9, but for now they're 6 and 8. I was like, all right, you can't do it with 5 cups. And they're like, yeah, we can. Okay, you guys go ahead and be Steve Jobs out there with the I can do it attitude. Okay, so here's how this worked. They set up their lemonade stand. They had 5 cups. Their first customer drove up, rolled down the window, handed them a $5 bill, said, I don't want any lemonade. I just wanted to encourage you guys. You're doing a great job.
Nice.
And I went, well, that's not helpful.
Yeah.
Their next customer came up, and instead of the 50 cents that they're charging for a glass of lemonade, she gave them $3 and took a glass and left. So now they've made $8 and they still have 4 cups. Okay, so Dad's theory on you can't do that with 5 cups is not really holding true here. They've made $8. They have 4 cups. Next person comes up, and there was 2 of them. They actually took a cup each. However, they gave the kids $2 each. So,
Damn.
I mean, they're charging 50 cents for a cup of lemonade. They've used 3 of their 5 cups. And at this point, they have, what, $12?
Damn. I need to go in the lemonade stand business. Jeez.
This is not how
So what
business
did they
works.
learn?
What did they learn?
they
They learned
learn?
don't listen to Dad. I mean,
Oops.
oops. And then They found 2 more cups in the house. They successfully ran this lemonade, long story short, to the tune of about $27 on 7 plastic cups.
Man.
They still had a cup left, so they used 6. They made $27 selling 50-cent lemonade cups when they only gave away 6 cups.
You sound mad. Oh my goodness. Chris.
I
Are
mean,
you
it's
okay?
it's brilliant, and I'm really glad that they wanted to try it, and yay for the entrepreneurial spirit. But I can't teach them any real lessons about business when it works this way.
Yeah.
When people walk up and they're like, "Here's $10, give me a glass of lemonade."
Don't worry, they're young yet. There's plenty of time to get their dreams destroyed and their hearts broken.
Yeah.
Don't worry, that's coming soon.
It was the cutest thing ever, though. I mean, they had a 5-gallon bucket of rocks sitting next to the lemonade stand, and they were giving away free rocks with lemonade.
They get a free rock with a purchase of your lemonade.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, and the $20-some that they made on 6 cups, they gave away one of those because some little kid walked up and was like, "I don't have 50 cents." And Ronan's like, "Here, have some lemonade." Like,
that's so cute.
I was like, "Attaboy, good job, yes."
And they're socially forward thinking. Oh my
Right?
Yeah,
goodness.
good
Right?
job,
They're-
socialist.
But
you
this
can't
is
afford
not
it, we'll
this
give
is
it to
not the
you.
way business works.
Oh my goodness. So whose idea was it for the lemonade stand? Did they just come up with it? Did they see
They saw somebody else
do it?
running one a couple weeks back, and then it struck Ainsley that day. She was like, "Huh, we should try a lemonade stand." Okay, try it.
Did they have it like a sign like in the Peanuts cartoons?
Oh yeah, they had a big poster board because Tamara had taken them to the store and she gotten 2 big poster boards, one for Ainsley and one for Ronan, and then helped him do it and printed off some vinyl lettering for him. They were some good looking signs.
Aw.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
did they pay Tamara back for the
No.
Now you're gonna have to make them. Got to pay for advertising.
Well, they gave me a couple bucks towards the lemonade refill because I had to go buy more lemonade.
Aw.
Yeah, so I didn't make them actually pay for the supplies, but I was like, "You want me to go buy you more lemonade? Okay. Well, your business has to pay for the supplies. You give me $2, I will go buy you more lemonade."
There you go.
I bought them like 4 jugs of the big plastic powder things.
Yeah.
So not only that, they didn't even have to make their own lemonade. They actually okay.
Yeah, well, they did. I mean, it was the powder stuff, the
Mm-hmm.
the round
water in it.
powdery thingies. Yeah, they had to make
They
water.
weren't out there squeezing and peeling, taking seeds out of lemons.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I don't want to clean the kitchen that bad.
No, they clean the kitchen.
Right.
What are you doing, Dad?
Right. They clean the kitchen, and then I clean the kitchen again.
So the rocks that they sold, were they just plain rocks? Did they even paint them first, or
No, they were pretty
But, like,
rocks that they had
little-
found at the beach.
oh,
So
okay.
like the ones with quartz little sides to them, and the pretty ones.
Ooh,
And they didn't
nice.
sell
Where'd
those.
you go last week?
Lake Michigan is like a half a mile down the road from me.
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
been there
Yeah.
last year.
So anyway, they were giving away rocks with lemonade. Tamara described it on Facebook as the most janky lemonade stand ever.
I saw that.
But before she did that, she looked up the word janky to see if anybody would say,
"That's racist."
which I thought was very socially responsible of her.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was. I mean, you don't know what's racist anymore. You got to be
No,
real
no.
careful. You can't even go to a restaurant and make reservations first.
Why?
Reservation.
Oh,
Can't
no.
make a reservation. Serious.
Well done. Well done. That was a dad joke right there.
Yeah, I learned it from you.
I know.
Oh,
Shut your dirty whore mouth.
oh.
So, Rusty, you got that astrological prognosta, whatever. Actually,
Your
how
butt
much?
hurts and the
We're gonna-
where and
we're
the
gonna-
what?
We're gonna. All right, we got time. It's 1:48.
Yeah, we got time for that.
All right, here we go.
Good evening, Mojo 50. Here are your astrological prognostications. Aquarius, a joyful life is a custom job. No one recipe will work for everyone. Pisces, the thing that makes you call an activity work is that it's at least a little harder than doing nothing at all. Aries, the excitement of a new prospect will only slightly surpass the amount of trepidation you feel over the matter. Taurus, you'll contribute significantly to team decisions. Gemini, bias is always in effect. Who says a thing will matter a great deal? Cancer, it feels like there is a continual war of opposites going on today. Leo, you make the worst scene tolerable for you and everyone else benefits. Virgo, greatness doesn't happen overnight. Be content with minor gains. Libra, you'll find yourself fascinated by strong feelings of the day. Scorpio, your compassionate energy radiates and it's just what is needed in the situation and world. Sagittarius, you'll have a heavenly stretch of time to ponder what you are and what you might be. Capricorn, you will require more from yourself and you'll deliver on that too. This has been your prognostications for the day.
Thank you, Leprechaun.
I think LEP needs to go into guided imagery recordings, like those medication recordings.
Right.
Maybe he could work with New Life Holistics on something.
Yes.
They do
Maybe.
the robot beep 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 boop yada yada. But if somebody doesn't
Still
want the
I still need to try that because Mojo 50 has a New Life Holistic. We have a promo code, but I can't think of it right now. Mojo 50 probably
something like that. But anyway, newlifeholistics.com. You should check it out. They have the Vivu, robot R2D2 thing. It's supposed to help you become more calm, or there's supposed to be programs for dieting and programs for quitting smoking, and
it supposedly it worked for Izzo. So if it worked for Izzo, then
I don't know. I
And
saw a
it's gotta
picture of
be
him
good.
on Facebook last night or the other day, and I'm not sure that anything worked on him.
That was disturbing.
That was very disturbing. I mean, by the looks of it, Doc Thompson was probably correct, because that mask wasn't covering much.
ooh,
I
oh no, I'm glad I missed it.
It's the
No.
only thing he was wearing. He had a mask on.
Yeah.
You think Speedo?
No,
but,
no. Oh
yeah.
my god.
It was.
I had to pour bleach in my eyes. I did.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
There was an unsee button. I had to use it.
Yeah. Let's see. So.
Well, we got a little bit of time here if you want to throw out a couple of national days, and then we're going to be off into music land.
Yeah, there's only a couple of national days. Where did it go?
I know what day it is.
What day is
Ice
it?
cream day.
Yeah. National Ice Cream Day.
Oh, it's
and
National Spider Day.
National Daiquiri Day. That's
My family pronounces it daiquiri.
well.
It's like, what's that, a lesbian
So
factory?
each year,
Or is
July
that-
19th, people across the U.S. fill their glasses with rum-based cocktails and toast to National Daiquiri Day. So raise your glass and join all. National Daiquiri Day. There you go. Uh-oh.
My family pronounces it daiquiri.
Oops.
Wasn't me this time.
That was.
him.
Oops.
Here we go.
Oh crap.
Take us on out of here, one of you guys.
Y'all come back and catch us on the other side and see what other tomfoolery we can come up with. Off track. Anything happening on the Facebook or YouTube? Probably not.
I haven't looked just yet. There's a number of people watching, and there's probably a whole lot of
Leslie-
comments.
Leslie, Jeremy, Lep, Barbara,
Well, hello.
Sarah, John.
What?
There's like 14 people watching right now.
What?
Mhm.
Holy crap.
Timmy is on the YouTube along with
Timmy's in the Facebook too.
oh
Man.
Timmy, along with Rocky,
Yeah, thanks,
and
guys.
American Nuck Radio.
Tell your friends, even the ones that you like.
And we got Sean Phillips. Hey, buddy. Haven't talked to you in a long time. It's one of my friends from just after high school in Michigan.
Oh,
Hi, Sean Phillips, just after high school in Michigan.
yeah.
Yep, he's a former Marine.
Thank you.
He drives
Thank you, sir.
semi-truck now.
Ah, yes, a brother in the old trucking industry.
So when Rusty likes to complain about people in the left lane and other such things, we can see Sean, another Sean, probably sitting in his truck somewhere going, "Amen, preach."
Yeah, stay out of the damn left lane.
You don't like anything.
Oh,
with
and
the
turn your freaking lights on when it's raining, people. Tell everybody you know. Turn your damn lights on. Come on.
Don't they come on automatically?
No, well, even though sometimes it's too light, even when it's raining, and your sensor won't come on. So that means you need to reach up there and turn it on. Because I can't freaking see you in the spray. Next
Take
to
your
me.
sunglasses off.
Whatever. Yeah. Welcome back, folks. Let's see. We got some on this day. Where'd it go? Dang it. I can't keep this in. On this day, 1848, the first, and this is where it all began, guys. The first U.S. Women's Rights Convention held in Seneca Falls, New York, organized by Elizabeth Cady, C-A-D-Y, Cady Stanton.
Boy, they went all 2020 back then and messed everything up, huh?
Oh, man, I tell you.
Now all the responsibility. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. On this day, 1925, the 19th Tour de Force was won by Ottavio Bottecchia, whatever, of Italy. 1925. Yay for him. Let's see. 1941, British Prime Minister. Easy for him to say.
Easy for you to say.
British Prime Minister Winston Churchill launches his V for Victory campaign.
And now, big words with Rusty Lugnuts.
First day with your new tongue.
Yeah. What else we got here that looks interesting? Nothing. 1963, NASA civilian test pilot Joe Walker in the X-15 reaches, I guess they're talking about the height because they're not 105 kilometers. I guess that's straight up. I don't know. It doesn't say. I'm sure he was going faster than that. So it must be the whatever. On this day in 69, Apollo 11 goes into moon orbit.
Leslie Holker went looking for the picture of Izzo on Facebook on purpose. She said she couldn't find it. Leslie, don't
You don't
do that.
Just no. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
It was in response
Somebody's
to
watching.
Walmart
Disney Plus.
saying that everybody had to wear a mask. Izzo put a mask on and nothing else. Nothing at all. He was looking to see if he could get himself put in Facebook jail for the 31st time in the last 6 months.
Well, he's been in Facebook jail and in Twitter jail. How many times has he changed his Twitter handle? 13, 14, I think.
Yeah, something like that. It's ridiculous. But he's oh no. Jeremy Hansen says, Leslie, hey, I just sent you the picture. Oh my God.
Oh, don't repost that. I missed it, and I'm good with that.
Now, I remember I watched this when this happened. 1991, Cal Ripken plays his 1,500th consecutive game. Cal Ripken Jr., Major League Baseball. Yep, it was a feat right there.
Timmy's drinking now.
Oh no. Oh yeah, Timmy, I did get your rum, so I'll be bringing that to rum. I bought him some rum from Old Glory Distillery in crap, Tennessee. I can't.
Crap, Tennessee. Is that
No,
a place?
I can't.
What the hell?
Hey, Rusty.
What?
Mike Phillip from American Duck would really like that beaver commercial, I believe is what he's asking for.
Yeah, he wants the beaver commercial.
Oh, he wants to be.
He wants. Yeah, you got to send him the beaver commercial. He's going to put that on right in the middle of his show.
Yeah, I can hook him up.
Boy.
Yeah. So,
we got any more days in history?
On this day, 2017, investigators using DNA identify 16-year-old James Byron Hackinson as a victim of serial killer John Wayne Gacy, 41 years after his disappearance. I don't remember him. It seems like I would have.
Wow.
That, yeah, 41
seems a little
years.
late. I mean, wouldn't the body have been like decayed and not in usable form anymore by then?
I would have, yeah.
I mean, unless maybe they stuck it in a cat cooler.
Oh.
Maybe that kept the body preserved really nice.
Nice segue.
Right?
Cat coolers has got to love that. I mean, rugged enough to hold a body long enough that you can identify it 41 years later. You can keep ice for up to 7 weeks. And Rusty, what do you got there in your hands?
7 weeks.
Yeah, 7 days.
7 days. Come on.
Look, see, I don't show up for a week and I'm a mess.
I can attest. I have that exact cooler behind you there, Chris. You got up there, and it does hold ice very, very well.
So then it would hold a dead body very well too.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Like, I'm sure, like he doesn't know. That's so funny.
I don't know. But yeah, catcoolers.com, catcoolers.com.
Also, don't use it for smuggling a cat into New Mexico, as it is against the law.
Right. Mm-hmm.
We got any more on this day in history?
Nah, it ain't really nothing. I mean,
no? I got this story that I found just randomly searching on Google right before the show.
Okay.
16 entertaining and terrifying and downright unusual penis stories.
Oh, okay.
All the penis-related news.
Is this going to be a long? Is this going to be a long story?
It might be very short. That's true.
Speaking of Izzo,
it could be a little stubby.
Oh my God!
It depends on how cold it was when the guy wrote the story.
Haven't y'all played that out enough? Hasn't that been played out? I mean, come on. Jeez.
We're very immature, if you haven't
noticed. The first story: man who loses penis as a child gets a bionic member. He's the bicentennial man.
Oh.
It was a horrible road accident that he lost his penis and his testicles.
Oh my God.
After he was pushed under a moving car. He was dragged for more than 600 yards. and it took 100 operations to successfully put in the bionic penis.
Don't you know that's like a conversation starter? So I got a bionic penis.
I don't believe you.
You know, I
I
mean,
don't believe you.
yeah. Well, and it's like, zzz.
Pictures or it didn't happen. Does he have to get it like? Does he have like a charger? Does he have like a Black and Decker charger, or is it like a USB plug-in, or
I wonder if it's got Bluetooth capabilities.
I don't know why I'm thinking those things.
I mean, Bluetooth capabilities. He's all
Bluetooth, blue, no teeth.
oh no. Number 2 seems kind of passe. The guy just had his penis cut off in broad daylight. That one's all Lorena Bobbitt, blah blah blah. We've heard it.
Yeah, we've heard it all before.
Right. Man's penis degloved after a dog attack.
No.
Ooh. Did you hear about the man with 5 penises? His
No.
pants fit him like a glove.
Yeah.
Oh. Nice. Very well. And we have number 4 is also a guy got his penis whacked off by a mistress.
Yes, he did.
I mean,
Really, you really said that without thinking? I mean, come on. Oh,
there seems to be a theme here. Chicks lopping off guys' things. Don't
What
do
the
that.
hell? That's wrong. And I totally do not understand nor endorse it.
Number 5. This one is interesting. A man with no penis sleeps with 100 women. A man born with a rare condition in which he never developed a penis claims to have slept with more than 100 women over his illustrious sexual escapades.
Yeah, that's all he did.
Yeah,
Most
you
of-
said slept. You didn't say
Sleep.
intercourse or.
Yeah,
Right.
most of them are totally unaware of his anatomy.
Maybe he's a cunning linguist and he didn't have to.
Did he identify as a woman? It doesn't say that in here.
That's
That a lot of his girlfriends never even knew that he didn't have a penis.
Oh, come on.
I think somebody's doing it wrong.
So,
What do you do? Stick his. Never mind.
I don't.
Man injects penis with petroleum jelly in prison to make it bigger.
Both of you guys are like, wait a minute. Is that? Can I do that? Both
I
of you
mean-
guys cocked your head at the same time.
Is that like Botox? But like, not really Botox?
Botox.
Just,
I mean, is Vanessa out there? Can she tell us?
I was going to say, I got a friend I could ask.
Will petroleum jelly work like Botox?
I don't.
I don't think so.
And what would a guy in prison need with trying to make it look bigger?
Props.
I don't.
Cred. Street cred.
Okay, we're moving
Cred.
on.
Yeah,
That'd
thanks.
be shower cred, wouldn't it? Not
Shower
streaming.
cred.
Shower cred, I guess.
Cell block 6 cred.
And number 7, penis transplants are a thing now.
Really?
Johns Hopkins
So
University.
if you're an organ donor,
New meaning to the word organ donor, huh?
so
Holy crap.
your member will live on, depending on how old you are, probably.
Wait, wouldn't that also be called remembering?
Oh,
Thank you.
Dude, that was awesome.
I'm here all week.
Tip your waitress. Try the deal.
that's terrible. There was another prisoner, number 8 story here. He was so bored that he carved his penis to look like an Egyptian serpent god.
What?
What?
Yeah, the Egyptian serpent god Apep, A-P-E-P.
How would you?
I don't know. No.
That's okay.
Oh no, we're not reading number 9.
No, say
No,
it.
come on. What?
A man murdered his wife's rapist, cut off his genitals, and then ate them.
He ate his wife's rapist genitals.
Yes. Yes.
Like here in America?
No, Indonesia.
Okay, yeah. See, that kind of makes sort of sense.
Indonesia.
Indonesia. Yeah.
I read a story this week in India. They recently had a festival. I forgot what province or city it was, where every year around this time, it's not Halloween, it's in July, where they dig up their loved ones.
What?
Yes, they dig up their loved ones that are dead.
Yeah.
They go back to their burial place, dig them up, and put clothes on them, and wigs and cigarettes in their mouth, and they have a party. And it was fine. I guess, to each his own. I appreciate different culture.
I could see Lep walking around a party like this. Can you dig it?
Yeah. Can you dig it? It was fine. I understand cultures are weird. The only thing that disturbed me was when they had a picture of like a 18-month-old infant, and they put another like onesie and crap on it. And that was weird.
No, wow.
Mm-hmm.
But if I ain't mistaken, I believe I read that in America in the late 1800s, and I think even into the early 1900s, that they would take the dead and pose them for pictures before they buried them. They'd dress them up, they'd take them to the photographer, they'd set them in chairs, and it would look like they were alive, but they were actually dead, and they would take pictures of them, and then they'd go bury them.
There's an interesting New Orleans story too about their burial, but we'll talk about that somewhere else because Chris has another penis story. But also Vanessa is now watching, so if you wanted to ask her a question, she's watching right now.
Oh yeah, Vanessa. We read in one of these penis stories a little ways back. There was number 6. Man injects penis with petroleum jelly to make it look bigger. Will petroleum jelly work as a Botox substitute?
No.
Okay.
And we will wait for her answer.
Yeah, we'll get the answer later from her, but no.
Number 10 is a little interesting.
Okay.
A little interesting.
They make a penis pedometer.
Huh?
Wearable technology that will tell you just how many thrusts it took.
So is it on a ring or?
I'm guessing it's got to be on a ring.
It's a Fitbit. It's a Fitbit.
Like,
I mean,
it's a Fitbit for your penis.
Just do this.
It's known as Sex Fit.
Well,
here we go.
I guess it would.
Okay.
Able to measure
Vanessa
the number of
said no.
thrusts and calories burned.
Vanessa, it's a hard no, Chris.
No.
Well,
Okay.
You can't.
Well, thank you,
Vaseline.
Vanessa.
Put the petroleum jelly away, Chris. You can't. No.
Timmy wants to know a little while ago if Melissa said, did they cock their heads at the same time?
That's exactly what I said.
Oh my God.
Because you did.
Okay.
Thank you, Timmy.
That's
Wait a minute.
Well,
Firemen come to the rescue, cutting man out of metal penis rings.
What?
wow.
Well, you're doing it wrong. Why would you do that? You deserve it. You deserve it.
Is it like a Chinese finger trap? Maybe that he.
I got a theory on that. But anyway, I think referring to our dead parties comments, Timmy said, I'm wondering who the life of the party would be. Not Grandpa.
Oh crap! There's all kinds of stories, and I know Vanessa being in the field that she's in, I'm sure she has quite a few of men putting things on or putting their stuff inside and getting stuck. I've heard about weights. They put it inside. What else? But you got to be careful.
I've heard the same about women too, though.
There's all kinds of implants and stuff that you really can legitimately get put in. I mean, it's an alternative to the little blue pill for some people.
Well, Vanessa said that Botox is a neurotoxin. It's not a substitute.
So, do people get Botox injected into their penis while we're on this particular story, Miss Vanessa?
I don't think so.
No.
We are such a classy show.
Very classy, very classy.
I love us.
Sometimes there's a lot of shit on our show, and other times it's different.
It's just
penises.
5th grade humor. It's awesome.
We do have a story here about some scientists that did not watch Jurassic Park, though.
What? The documentary?
Right, the documentary series. There's 5 of them. The Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Ron 3D.
Ron Howard's daughter's in a couple of them, isn't she?
They this from Science Focus on sciencefocus.com. 3D models of dinosaur embryos have been created using a particle accelerator. This was in April of 2020.
Yeah. I guess I'd have to see, how are they using an accelerator, which is just shooting particles around? I mean, how are they making I don't understand, but again, I'm not a particle accelerator scientist, so.
Well, and I understand that if
Holiday Inn Express last night. So.
Well done, Rusty. Well done. If you use the particle accelerator wrong, don't you create a black hole as well?
It was theorized.
I rang the bell. Sorry.
Like a hadron collider, and poof, we're all dead.
Right.
I don't know.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
John Kloppenberg has
the
Klopp has an answer for you, and it's not Vaseline. It's Fix-A-Flat.
Oh Lord.
Oh, Klopp. Yeah, he derailed us, and he's not even on the show.
Yeah. Good job. Good job. Sean thanks Vanessa for her professional advice.
Right.
Apparently he gets bored when he's out there trucking, driving around on the road. There was also another story that I found. Scientists have successfully recreated a Tyrannosaurus Rex embryo using some chicken DNA.
They have obviously not watched the documentaries Lost World, Jurassic Park. No, I'm totally against it.
They're still trying to figure out who came first, the chicken or the egg.
Well, maybe this will help them answer that.
Obviously,
once they
the chicken did so he could make the egg. Just saying.
Well, the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
From?
What came first, the chicken or the egg? Well, the chicken did to make the egg. I'm just saying.
But where did the chicken come from?
No, the chicken came.
The other side of the room.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or across the street. He had to cross the road, I guess, at some point.
Oh, Lord.
Mm-hmm. Damn, so what time is Stanley coming on here? Class up this bitch.
Right, yeah. We're going to class up the show a little bit in the second hour. Don't tell him about the first hour, people. I mean, right at break time, go ahead and erase all of the tweets and all of the yada yada. We don't want him to know what he missed. We're gonna be all. No, we're not.
Tam said even though there's a lot of shit on our show most of the time, or sometimes it's just a shit show. I agree.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Look,
there's a story.
They don't
from
have
the,
anything else better to put on Sundays, but go ahead.
There's a story from
Maybe
the family section of the Babylon Bee. A local dad has said nothing but shut the door since springtime. From Morton, Illinois, earlier this year, Devin Poppendorf was glad that the weather had gotten nicer and his kids could go outside and play in the backyard instead of banging around the inside of the house. However, this ability to go outside led directly to the back patio door being left open several times a day. As a result, the father of 4 said he has done nothing but shout, "Shut the door!" all day long since spring.
Okay.
I don't even know if the children realize at this point that he can say other words, said Poppendorf's wife, Renee. They say, "Good morning, Daddy," and he says, "Shut the door!" I can relate to this story. I feel it on a personal level. It's in my soul.
Well, I mean, yeah.
My
Kids
children's
have problems.
friends have decided that this is the cool house.
Right.
It's not. It's not cool, and I'm angry and mean. Go away.
Well, kids have problems keeping, doors of all kinds shut, because I'm pretty sure I heard your wife hollering, "Who left the refrigerator door open?" when she, earlier. When she, so, yeah. And I'm sure it wasn't you, was it?
No.
No, okay. Has anybody
never.
seen the comet? Has anybody seen the comet that's supposedly hanging? I can't see. There's too many trees, and we're kind of down in
Cloudy here.
Yeah,
Cloudy AF.
and it's supposed to be something that ain't coming back around for 6,000 years. So it's like,
What is it, hanging out
Better
somewhere
see
that
it
I should
now.
be able to see it in the night sky right now? Or
they say it is. It's
All right,
but
well,
it's
what?
low on the horizon. Well, not right now.
Oh.
Wait.
Okay, I'll check later.
Yeah, check later. We can't see it. I'd like to see it, but
Can you see it right now, Melissa?
it,
No? Okay.
No moon, no Uranus, no comet, no Cupid.
have y'all seen the new Bronco?
Yes. Yes, I have. Way to try to be like a Jeep, huh? But it looks nice.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm not a big Ford man, but it's all right.
I don't think it matters. As long as it runs, right?
Yeah. I'm a
All
Nissan.
about image.
I'm a Nissan man now.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
There's something women like about a Nissan.
There's a
Oh, that goes. That goes.
article here about the far-right extremists that suggested treating all people of every race equally.
Huh.
Yeah. Far-right
I seen up
extremists.
here that Jessica Biel and Justin Timberlake have had a second, supposedly a second kid, but it's supposed to be a big secret, or
Yeah, really?
or
Anything
or
they
they
do.
pulled off a big secret by having it, or where did it go? I lost it. Dang it! It was right here. There it is. Reportedly welcomed their second child this week, according to a new report. Have just welcomed their second child, another son. The report from the Daily Mail suggests Beale hid her pregnancy entirely, citing the fact that no pictures of the actress showing her body from the waist down have been shared since March, at which time she would have been about 4 months along. The family are reportedly staying in Big Sky, Montana at the moment. Big who cares, but it was up here, so whatever.
Nice. So I've got the rest of the story here. A dangerous
sorry.
far-right extremist has suggested that we treat all people of all races equally. Shocked and horrified, sources confirmed on Friday. The hateful bigot has been canceled for his controversial comments that people should be treated with respect no matter what the color of their skin is. "I have a dream," said the quote, "that my 4 children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character,"
Super original.
said the dangerous alt-right extremist, according to sources. "I have a dream that one day little black boys and little black girls will hold hands with little white boys and little white girls." These offensive comments were terminated from the platform and shouted down at a large protest. Twitter Progressive indicates literally Nazism. This won't be tolerated.
That's weird.
Babylon B, or is this real?
It's got to be Babylon B.
I hope so.
Yeah, that was the Babylon B.
Whew. Well, nowadays.
You never know.
You
I
never
mean, that's the
know.
story that Brad might read one of the 5, and you'll be like, "That's the fake news," and it wasn't.
Yeah, nowadays, it's crazy. Oh my gosh.
Mostly
So we
because
done for the? Oh no.
2020.
Coming up, Mr. Stanley Levy, Black Man Thinking.
Black man thinking. Vanessa indicates that everyone bleeds red in an ER, so that's true. I'm gonna grab a quick smoke, buddy. You can smoke right there. So if Stanley pops in, say hi. I'll be back in like 3 minutes.
I don't know what I'll say. Hello, sir. Oh, here he comes. And almost there. There he is. Connecting to audio. And he's connected.
Finally.
Hey, now we're on break. We'll be coming back in 3 minutes or so.
So how you doing?
How are you, sir? I'm doing all right. How about you?
Well, just still got my kitchen sink torn apart. But
I hear you.
yeah, it'll probably get resolved later this evening.
What I follow you I read all your Facebook stuff, and I catch your show when I can. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Sometimes you just you put stuff out there, you don't know who's getting it, who's not getting it. And I've had a lot of people ask me, so why do you say this stuff? Do you pay attention? Man, I just say what comes to mind. And if they get mad, they get mad. If they like it, then they like it.
That's it.
That's I have only one responsibility, and that's to get it off my chest. After that, that's for somebody else to decide.
That's it.
So it's been interesting, and I just got to ask you, because everybody else asked.
Yes, sir.
I could probably guess, but just how strange is this virus stuff to you?
It's strange, meaning
I'll let you define strange.
I think it's all about control. Has everything to do with the election. It has it's a virus. It's a flu. I mean, it's like the flu. It's probably, if it is new, whatever, it's probably going to be with us forever. Why are we acting any different now with this than all of the other stuff, SARS and MERS, and why is this different? It doesn't make any sense to me.
I'm with you. And of course, if you're following me on Facebook, you know what I think of this. But I've had a hard time running into anything that more demonstrates how we have really allowed the other side, so to speak, to inform our thinking.
Right.
I can't even imagine at
10
any
seconds.
time.
We're coming back in
Okay, we'll do it.
5, 4, 2. Where's Chris?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Off Track. Welcome in Stanley Levy. How you doing, man?
Doing good, Chris. How about yourself?
It's nice to meet you. I'm doing pretty well, thank you. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Thanks for making the time.
Yeah.
No, not a problem. You took me away from something that was a lot less fun than this.
Yeah, I heard you were having some fun with a sink. I heard is that correct?
Oh yeah, it's joyous, absolutely joyous.
Yeah, the joys of home ownership.
Oh yeah, everybody should go through this.
Yeah, I've spent plenty of time
Once.
underneath the sink. I'm aware of what you're talking. Yeah.
We don't need
It's
to bring
like-
your personal life into this, Chris. I mean, your private life.
Hopefully this won't
Different kind of sink.
won't hurt.
Yeah,
Different
hopefully
kind
this
of
won't
life.
hurt your ratings too bad.
Yes, his ratings
Oh.
or his reputation.
Oh,
I know.
no, well, I mean, if Facebook's any gauge of my reputation, they've already denounced me. They started taking away followers and
Really?
throttling
Isn't that
posts.
crazy? Yeah.
Did you
Well,
go to
you know.
Facebook jail?
No, you know what? I have modified every time I went to Facebook jail, and I was a regular visitor. I had my own Otis from Andy Griffith key. You know, I could let myself in and out as I needed to. But I learned over the last several iterations, there's a way to say everything that they're just not bright enough at Facebook to know that they should jail you.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're
So
telling
I
me
just-
is you got to be smart enough to say what you want to say without getting.
Yeah, and
Okay.
it's really not that hard to be smarter than a Zuckerberg. I'm just saying it's not.
We could make a conservative game show out of this. Are you smarter
Oh,
than a
good.
Zuckerberg?
Yeah, I had to on some of the music that we have for the intros and outros. Their algorithms will pick it up if you play it normal, but if you change it just enough, the algorithms won't pick it up and you won't get dinged for it. So we have a couple of songs. Of course, I probably shouldn't be saying this if it's on Facebook, but anyway. Yeah,
Don't worry,
so
I'll edit that out. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah,
try
edit
again.
that part out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg listens to our show.
So,
That'd be good.
Mr. Levy is currently on Mondays at noon. Black Man Thinking, is that correct?
That is
I
correct.
think you're on replays on a few other days, but
There's on the weekend
man, we're only
sometime it
getting you one
replays,
day
right?
a week. Yeah, I think it replays on Tuesdays in the morning time. Yeah, it's at 4 a.m. Eastern in the morning.
4 a.m. Oh my God.
But
That's not the live show. I'm just letting you know.
Where does your live show run?
The normal show runs Mondays from it'll be from 10 to midnight
Okay.
Eastern, 7 to 9 Pacific where I am.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
All right. Good deal.
So does your show play anywhere else other than on Mojo? Where else can people find you?
I'm going to be honest, because this is something that gets me in trouble with a lot of people, because they keep thinking I'm trying to build a particular brand or anything.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, well, how come you're not doing this? How come you're not doing this? It's like, guys, I'm not trying to do this to get paid.
Right.
That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm handing out information for those who, I'm not pushing it on them. I'm putting it out there for them. for those who can take hold of it and are like-minded to do something with. So to answer your question directly, I have no idea. I know.
You don't know where your podcast can be found?
I know where the podcast can be found. It can be found at Donna Fiducia Productions.
Nice.
So it can be found there.
All right.
There's one other place. I think it's one other place, but I can't.
Since you're on
I can't
Mojo, it can
recall.
also then, I imagine, be found on Spreaker and on
Yep.
Stitcher.
Yep.
Okay.
Stitcher, not yet. I haven't.
Ours
haven't
got
done
pushed
what I
to
need
Stitcher
do.
somehow, and we didn't do
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. So I wanted to ask this, and I'm wondering if Donna Fiducia or have you play on a few terrestrial stations as well, right? And one of them is Carrollton, Georgia, or was.
Yeah.
Now, does Donna Fiducia have something to do with that? Because I know she lives in that area. I think.
She and Don have some influence there. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See, I actually live like.
So have
not
you
very
heard him on
far
terrestrial?
from him. No, but I hear him say that it plays in Carrollton on an AM, I believe an AM station, right?
It's WLBB.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I think they have an AM and an FM
Nice.
broadcast signal.
Yeah. And I just thought it was just so random that, he's playing on this one and just out of nowhere. And then I found out that they don't live very far from Carrollton.
Nope.
So I was like, I wonder if there's a connection there. So it must be. Anyway.
I saw a bunch of pictures. Rocky Stucci was hanging out with Don Newen this weekend, and
Really?
Donna Fiducia. Yeah, there was
Down
a
here?
picture. It was on Facebook. I don't know if they were down there or if Don and Donna were up here in Minnesota, but there was a picture of Miss Fiducia being rather gangster.
Yeah.
Oh, she ever gun again?
Now she was flipping some gang signs.
Oh, okay. Those gang signs? Okay.
Yeah.
The universal gang sign?
The universal gang sign, exactly. Yes.
Not this.
It was a nice quality,
Oh, God.
wholesome family picture with Rocky Stucci on one side and I believe Don Newen's son on the other side, until Donna Fiducia got in the middle, according to the Facebook post anyway. And then it went all out of whack because it was her fault.
Did she flip everybody off?
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe not everybody. But mostly everybody.
Just most of the people that look at the picture.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
All right.
So while I was out on break, I was watching you two chatting in the break. The COVID. And Rusty, you didn't get to really get around to answering that, did you? With the
you didn't do the music, So like COVID, dun dun dun,
Yeah.
Hold on.
That's right.
Or you can actually go get the track from Young Frankenstein, like when they said Frau Blucher,
Oh yeah.
And now we're going to discuss just
That
how
would
weird
be-
COVID is.
That would be great.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on it? You think they're, I know it's
If you're
real.
in
I know it's a
Georgia-
virus, but huh?
Well,
I think
if
it's a
you're
great
in
big
Georgia-
nothing burger.
Well,
I think it's just above a nothing burger. I mean, let's be reasonable. There is a virus,
it's
Yeah.
a Boca burger.
but
Yeah.
the things that because I've had the opportunity to do a good bit of just reading and research, if you want to call it that. And the first thing I had to do, I figured out if I wanted to actually figure out anything close to what's actually going on, was I had to turn off the TV.
Yeah.
Once I stopped paying attention to the alphabet soup of all the people who are putting information out there, and started reading, everything became very clear to me. And it's brilliant in a way, because this is a scam that nobody can track.
Yeah.
There's no way 130,000 people have died from this. No way on God's green. But the only way you could the only way you could fact check them is to go back and autopsy 130,000 people and say which ones actually died. And nobody's going to do that.
No.
And so you know, bottom line, they put out a number. Nobody questions the number. Nobody asks what the number's made of. How do they come to? Nobody asks them anything. And folks just run off with the number. And now, of course, you'll notice we don't care about people dying anymore. That's not what we talk about anymore. It used to be, look how many people. We don't talk about that anymore. We talk about new cases. Look how many new cases. And that to me was a funny.
And do you or do you not wear a mask?
I'll put it this way. I live in California. Masking is unavoidable.
Right.
You know, if you actually want to purchase anything, it's like the mark of the beast. I mean, that's it. You know, they will stop you at the door. No, you cannot. No. Who are you? What's wrong with you? Get out of here. No, but I read something really interesting. And I was talking to my wife about it the other day. I was, and this unfortunately gives you an insight into my mind. I was reading the George Floyd autopsy report.
Really?
Wow. Was that on a Saturday night or?
No.
Okay.
It's it's just above bathroom reading, but you know.
You're a party animal, dude.
He is.
But there was something in that report right above the medical examiner's name, his signature block, and it said that George Floyd had tested positive for COVID-19 on April 3rd. Okay. Is that meaningful? No. Of course, the only reason that that he included it in the report is because he tested positive for COVID-19 on the day he died, which was May 25th. And I'm like, okay,
so
wait.
Did he die of COVID-19?
No, he was asymptomatic. This is where it gets interesting.
But he was
Go
a
ahead.
statistic for COVID-19.
Oh, I'm sure I guarantee you he was counted. Guarantee you that. I'll put it this way: COVID had more to do with him, had more to do with him dying than anybody's knee, but that's a different story. The interesting thing was he had tested positive in early April. 7 weeks later, he was asymptomatic. Obviously not a threat to anybody because there should be 4 cops who are now COVID positive and getting ready to cough up a lung if George Floyd was in any way a danger. But so 7 weeks after he first tested positive, he was still testing positive. Well, that's interesting.
How does the test work then?
Well, they gave him that swab test where they shove a cotton swab, down into your kidneys.
Right.
No, I had that done last week. And
that's
hurt like a
yeah. It's amazing how they get people to go for that okie doke. I said, we need to test you. I said, let me tell you what you need to do. And it's going to be a whole lot of things before you test me. That ain't gonna happen. He ain't shoving this thing all the way down my gullet halfway. No, it's not gonna happen. But they gave him that test. Of course, he was dead and he wasn't objecting. So
that'd be difficult. Hold your head still. Okay.
Yeah, really. You didn't have a problem with that. But the thing that was interesting is they gave him the PCR test. And the PCR test, I went on and did some other reading, which is I getting some fascinating stuff. I came across an article, and it said there was a woman in Canada. I think it was Ontario. It doesn't matter. She was in Canada. She gave birth to a premature kid by C-section, and she tested positive for COVID-19 as the kid was born.
Okay.
They sent her home. They kept the kid in neonatal ICU because he was a preemie.
Yep.
They wouldn't let that woman come near that kid for 8 weeks because she kept testing positive for COVID-19.
Seems to me the test might be flawed.
You think? Here's what they finally did, because the doctors were like, you know what? This woman ain't a threat to nobody. But the hospital policy said you have to have 2 consecutive negative tests before they don't think you're infectious. What they finally did was they ran a culture on her to find out whether or not the virus she had was infectious. And they found out, no surprise to them, no, it wasn't. Then you find out some very interesting things about the PCR test. Two very interesting things about that test. One, it cannot tell whether or not the virus you have is infectious or simply the remnants of what your body is throwing off after you've dealt with it.
Like
Can't tell you that.
antibodies?
No, just bottom line, it's broken it down, and it's got to get it out of your system. It's not going to infect anybody. It's just basically, you can call it viral debris.
Okay.
So it can't tell you whether or not you have infectious virus or not. The other thing it can't tell you.
This test is not incredibly useful.
Oh, you missed the propaganda value, my friend. What's wrong with you? Come on, man.
Yeah, but don't tell anybody that, because I took a
Mhm,
test
mhm,
last week
mhm.
specifically because I'm going to be traveling. I'm going to be on a road trip through a bunch of liberal states. I'm going to have to go through, well, there's some cool green state, Tennessee and stuff, but then I'm going up I'm in Gulfport, Mississippi, but I'm going to New Hampshire.
New Hampshire?
New Hampshire? But I am from Rhode Island, and there's family I really want to see in Rhode Island. But the governor said last week, if you plan on coming to my state, be prepared to stay in a box for 14 days. And I needed to get a test. My son and I both did the test just to have it with us in case we're.
They're gonna accept that.
I don't know what else to do.
Well, no, I'm with you. I understand, but I'm like, oh, they're going to accept your out-of-state test. I'm sorry.
I know, and I'm going to see if I could get some kind of affidavit notarized saying I was quarantined for 14.
Yeah, they got an affidavit for you. It's called a 9-inch cotton swab.
No,
That's going to be affidavit.
Well, yeah, that's why we.
But that's it. I mean, but they can't tell you whether or not they can tell that, all they can tell you that, okay, you had it. They can't tell you whether or not you're infectious. They can't tell you when you got it. And you can still be, based on the George Floyd example and this young lady up in Canada, you can be testing positive for months after your initial positive test, for months. You're a danger to no one. And as long as you're using the PCR test, you have no way to differentiate. The only way, according to some guy at the CDC, I wish I had the article in front of me, the only way to tell whether or not somebody who tests COVID-19 positive is infectious is you have to run a culture on whether vulture. No, that's actually a pretty good term. On whatever virus you find, to see whether or not whether or not it can replicate.
Sounds expensive.
Yeah. And so, Chris or Rusty, when he said, this test doesn't seem very useful. Medically,
propaganda value. Yeah, you're right.
But from the standpoint of, oh gosh, we can't open up now. We can't send kids to school. What? Have a drink at a bar? Are you? No, of course. Don't you know how many of these people? Okay.
You and I'm like, people to die.
Yeah.
So I look at this and I'm like, you know what? I just can't imagine. And I'll be honest. If I hadn't turned off the TV, I would probably be halfway going for the okie doke. But
I turned off the Alphabet TV a long time ago. I've got Netflix and Hulu and Amazon Prime. I haven't watched a network news channel show in 5 years.
I actually tried to watch Fox Sunday with Chris Wallace about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I couldn't get 8 seconds in. That dude, it was like nails on a chalkboard in stereo on steroids.
Did anybody see it today?
No.
What's the interview?
Yeah.
No.
That's one thing I got to give Trump. If I were President Trump, I don't know that there's anybody in media that I would actually go sit down with. It's like, I mean, how many enemies do you want to entertain? And he seems to want to do it. But
I think he enjoys beating on them.
yeah. The problem is it's never reported that way.
No, it isn't. But I mean,
which is I have my new pastime now because I've broken the code. We already know the headline is lying.
Yeah.
First thing, whenever you see a headline, it's like, okay, it's not are they lying? It's how many degrees out of phase is the headline from the article.
Right.
Right.
So if you read deep, so they've got it so that they have their lie in the headline.
Yep.
And the first 2 to 4 paragraphs vaguely support the lie.
Right.
But if you're willing to,
if you read paragraph 5 and 6,
all of a sudden you're like, oh, okay. So this has nothing to do with it. Well, the good one was like Attorney General. The ABC News had a black guy interview Attorney General Barr.
Okay.
And the headline was Attorney General Barr says that blacks are that there's bias in policing of blacks, and says and says Black Lives Matter.
Okay.
That was the headline, and I'm like,
where did they get that from?
Well,
they pulled and twisted, made some silly putty.
No, well, primarily it's pulled directly out of somebody's anatomy, but that's but then you read the article and it's like, really? I mean, all he said was that police don't seem to give he said African American, which is a term, I ain't African.
Right.
I ain't trying to be African. I don't know nothing about Africa, but how to find it on a globe. That's
right.
About it.
That sounds about like Watson.
Yeah. But he's well, African American males don't always seem to get the benefit of the doubt from police officers. And my response to that is, well, if you were the most criminally violent demographic in the United States, out there, actively saying how much you hate the police, and I happen to be a cop, and there is a doubt, I don't know who's gonna be getting the benefit, but homie, it ain't gonna be you. I'm just saying. I ain't mad at you, but it's like, you know what? My job is to get home.
Right.
Yeah.
Now.
Just like everybody else's.
Yeah, cops deal with the single most dangerous animal on the planet every day.
Yeah.
The humans.
Human.
The same.
Yes.
Yeah, but
all of
people
us
that say profiling is wrong are the same people that don't want to. If they go on an airplane and they do not want to sit next to the
they're
Muslim.
the same people that need to be profiled. That's the ones who are saying profiling is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wait a minute. Are you trying to? So when you sit up here with your pants halfway down to your ankles, flashing gang signs, gold chains, 4 or 5 guns, talking about you don't need to be profiled, man. Really? All right. All right, man. Tell me anything. Personally, I'm not hearing that. And I'm like, I get into all kinds of trouble with black people.
I find that hard to believe. Your views seem to be so in step with California.
Whiteness.
Yeah.
I'm in step with whiteness.
Look, I think it's like this. If you portray yourself, if I go out and I'm in my leather jacket and I've got death metal shirt on and I'm portraying to be a big badass. Well, what are you putting forward? Well, of course they're gonna, hey, this guy might have something on him. Something he might be up to something. You've got to. I mean, it's. I don't know. People think, well, if I present myself a certain way,
man, stop trying to make this stuff make sense, man.
All right, when we come back, we're gonna get personal with Mr. Levy here, find out some things about the man. So y'all come back with it. 2 minutes.
Yeah, we got 2 minutes if you need to get up. Otherwise, we're
I'm
just all right. We got Facebook and YouTube can still see us because we don't bother muting them when we're on commercial break for Mojo.
Okay. Well, Rush, I'm just saying, man, if you come out there, you got the hat, you got the glasses, and you got the you got the biker jacket, maybe either the black jeans or the leather pants.
Yeah.
My thing is this. There are some looks that white folks can pull off that I can't. And I mean, that's y'all got that one. Y'all make that look good.
that outfit that he was just talking about, that's going to get you profiled as a white person.
I'm not going to say it doesn't, but the thing is, that's a look. And don't get me wrong. I mean, it's got its connotations, but that's not. You look at that, and you may think one thing another. That dude, that's a good look on that dude. He looks cool,
like Rusty show hat.
Yeah, but guess what? Y'all can pull that look off. I can't. I don't know that many. I don't know that many black folks who can. It's just like it just doesn't work the same.
Right.
And I'm like, but I got people saying, well, look, he's bad. Look at him. I said, well, you scared of him, and whether or not he wants you to be scared of him, he's, you scared of him because he looks like that. Me, I'm gonna wait till he says something.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
If he doesn't say anything, then he's suspect. If he starts talking, then I can figure out whether or not, it's somebody I want to go over there and maybe, I don't drink. I'll buy him a beer.
Right.
And I have a ginger ale.
5 seconds. And we're back. Thanks for coming back with us, folks. We have Mr. Stanley Levy with us, just kind of shooting the bull and talking about stuff. And I wanted to go over, I found your About Me section over on blackmanthinking.com. And it says we do
have a blog, don't we?
Yeah, you are a former military brat. Tell us about that. Your father was...
My father was a native New Yorker who was born and raised Catholic, who met my mother while he was in the military. Dad did 23 years, retired as a master sergeant.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yep. But he married a Southern Baptist. So my father was a baptized Catholic because she wasn't going to marry him unless he got baptized. So, and, my mom and dad, bless them both. They're both gone now. We're married for 57 years.
Wow.
And
that's impressive.
Wish I could say that, but yeah, it's very impressive. 3 kids, all 3 kids, nobody came close to jail but me. My 2 sisters never came close to jail.
Facebook jail doesn't count, Stanley.
No, it wasn't Facebook jail. I didn't go, but I came close. All three of their children graduated college. All 3 of them have advanced degrees. So
nice.
Every time I listen, and my father was military, and he's moving around. He's an enlisted man. He did not have a lot of money. So when I listen to the sob stories of people talking about how they don't have this and white privilege, and my father ran into quite a few interesting situations in the military. Even though the military, U.S. military, particularly Air Force, is pretty much the greatest meritocracy in America. But he had his run-ins with racism. He came home telling us one time about a fight he got into at work. He was proud because he won.
Of course.
It's always a better story when you win. So, But you know, he ran. I mean, he ran to all that stuff. You know, but Distinguished Flying Cross and everything else. 2 tours in Vietnam.
Wow.
Wow.
All of that. And at no point in time was he making a lot of money, and he was raising 3 kids. And I don't want to hear the excuses.
Right.
You want to solve the problem? Instead of making a baby mama, marry your baby mama.
Yep.
And try to marry her before you make her a baby mama.
Yep.
And then stay with her. And your problems will be few. I'm not going to say your problems will be none, but I have yet to hear a sob. I have yet to hear an effective sob story where those who chose to simply do that, they met, they married, they stayed. That doesn't mean that they were guaranteed a great retirement or a great life or anything else, but the stability and the ability to avoid the worst of consequences is all found in the simple bond of marriage. And my demographic, we don't get that anymore. And it's a shame, because we did, you know, 5-6 decades ago, we were among the most married folks in America.
Yes, and very conservative, and that was one of the things that I was disappointed with Barack Obama's administration and his reign. But his presidency, because I thought that he was on the right track for a while, talking about my brother's keeper and wanting fathers to be present, but he never finished it.
Well, you know what? Every time I hear somebody tell me about my brother's keeper, I remind him the only time that appears in the Bible was Cain answering God's question, "Where is Abel?"
Yeah.
After he killed him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm not really trying to go with that. Let me just move that along. Now
yeah, he was trying. Yeah, but he was trying to make also. I saw a lot of billboards down here because I was in Mississippi during his whole presidency. Well, most of his presidency, and there are billboards down here about being a good father, being present, but I never saw it. But at the same time, around this time is when the Trayvon Martin started happening, and then
that okie doke. Yeah.
Well, that's when everything started to, in my opinion, as you know, a white girl, whatever. But I used to watch the news a lot.
Are you white? Really?
Well, no, actually, I'm Italian. So I got so I'm olive. Okay, I'm olive. I'm olive with a touch of Swedish, but
wow, okay.
I saw that after that happened, and then Michael Brown and everything started spinning out of, and I think that's when I saw racism really starting to, like, it was like making a comeback, and I didn't understand how that happened on Barack Obama's watch.
What? Oh, really? Oh, okay. So
I didn't, because I was very simple-minded. I thought,
okay,
I wasn't critically.
He did say a lot of things that made it seem like he was trying.
Mm-hmm.
So the Islamist bathhouse queen got you, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I didn't vote for him, but I was trying. The interesting thing about anybody
trying to tell me that Barack Obama cared about family is like, find the people who actually knew him growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, find the folks in Chicago who knew what he was doing before he went to Washington, D.C.
Like Oprah?
Well, her too, but Oprah's got her own issues.
Right.
But Barack Obama's a homosexual. And that's, you know, and to say, and for people to deny that, and the only people denying that are either progressives or their melanated pets, as I call them. It's like, it's, you know, it's intuitively obvious to the casual observer that dude's he is what he is.
Why you would think a progressive would not like that, though, because he's denying
useful.
It. Useful.
He's useful.
I'm not going to necessarily say he was an idiot. you have to understand, this is me speaking,
Mhm.
because it took me a while to get there. As long as you are giving progressives the benefit of the doubt that they are actually American in their perspective, you will never know what you're dealing with.
That's probably a fair comment.
Yeah.
Barack Obama is anti-American.
Yeah.
Period. If you start going down the list of your favorite progressive currently in DC, it's like, please explain to me which of the 5 self-evident truths that these folks know.
And you know the rest.
No.
Joe Biden.
Yeah.
You know how it goes.
Yeah,
Come a few
exactly.
bars, you
Yeah,
know how it goes.
work with me on this, people. I mean, come on now.
You know the thing. You know the thing.
The thing.
You know the thing. Nancy Pelosi.
All right,
Joe
all right.
Biden.
Back to Stanley. So
No, I know,
you were an athlete in high school.
Yeah, lettered in a couple of sports.
Nice.
Cool. You graduated, and I think I seen this somewhere else. Graduated from one of the country's best engineering schools, Georgia Tech.
Yes, I did.
Georgia Tech, and you have a master's degree.
I do have a master's degree, not from Georgia Tech, but
Oh,
the good thing about Georgia Tech was I was a rarity at Georgia Tech, not because I was black, although there weren't a heck of a lot of, there wasn't a great abundance of black people there when I was there, but we were well represented. I graduated from Georgia Tech in 4 calendar years. 4 years.
That is a rarity.
4-year degree.
Yeah.
4-year degree usually takes 5.
I was not interested in the 5-year plan. Not to mention, I did have, and I probably could have gotten around it, but I was also, I also went to Georgia Tech on an ROTC scholarship.
Okay.
So I did. There were people looking for me to graduate at a certain time.
Yeah.
Because they had other plans for me. That's how I ended up in the Air Force. I went through Air Force ROTC at Georgia Tech.
Nice.
Are you familiar with Off Track's Air Force Salute?
Air Force Salute.
No, that one. Oh, no, no.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
She's retired Navy, and our other buddy is retired Air Force. The other guy's usually
he's not
here.
retired.
No, he's
but
not retired.
I do it to bust his chops. Yeah.
Oh no,
Okay, Sean.
he didn't retire. He just did his 6th or 8th.
I think 6.
6. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get to retire either. I did 9 years, 2 months, 14 days.
Who's counting?
Who's counting?
Hey.
So you're mildly decorated Air Force
Mildly.
officer?
Mildly decorated. I was twice awarded the Air Force Commendation Medal.
Nice.
Wow.
That is, you guys do your research.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah. So, and I'm guessing from what you said, you are probably 56, 57?
Nope, 59.
59. Oh, okay. Okay.
So,
59?
I'm getting old.
Man, I thought you were younger than Sean.
Yeah. Yeah, Sean's 50.
Yeah, I'm young at heart.
There you go.
Hey, the boss man El Jefe, he just sent me a text message. He said, tell Stan he said hello. El Jefe being the Ron Phillips.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
he
Ron.
was in the Air Force too.
So the boss man must be listening. He also corrected the information earlier. Donna and Don were traveling up in Minnesota. They visited with Rocky up there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they get around. Must be nice.
Yeah, I'm actually working somewhere. I'm working very, very close to them. I am in very, very close to them. So I know they're somewhere over there. I don't want to say because I don't know. I don't know who knows what. But right now, my logging company that I work with is working right in their area. I was hoping I could drive around and see where they. I know they're around there somewhere.
You're going back on another CIA mission?
But yeah,
That's top secret.
yeah, top secret. Yeah.
Mhm.
But
There's another kind.
yeah. So it says that for every accomplishment there is at least one setback, or failure. Everybody has positive and negative experience, but you have had positive and negative racial experiences that come with being black in America, and have your shares of up and downs that comes with being an American child of the late 20th century.
Yeah, for those who say, you don't think racism is real, I tell them this. It's like, guys, for most of you who are saying that, because they're significantly younger than I, you're talking about, was it John Lewis just passed, and oh wow, he's a living legend. I said, you know what? The only thing you know about John Lewis when he mattered was black and white videos from Eyes on the Prize or something like that. Oh my goodness. But I remind people, I said, what you guys look at as black and white film was my nightly news at the age of 5, 6, and 7.
I could tell by the
there.
early when you first came on. What was that? An Andy Griffith reference?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember the Weather Underground blowing up buildings. I didn't know what it meant at the time.
Right.
But I'm like, oh, we had this terrible thing. I was 7 years old in 1968 when King was killed, Bobby Kennedy was killed. My parents were very nervous. Fortunately, we were stashed away on an Air Force base. So
you were safe.
Wasn't 68, and I'm probably wrong on the year, wasn't the church bombing in Birmingham in
63?
63.
63.
I believe 63 or 65, but I think it was 63.
All right, Stan, we had a couple of weeks ago, Off Track had a voting of sorts. Not that any jackholes in our audience can follow instructions and vote properly. But there was a write-in, and the write-in won in the furry category for being an off-track model, and
that's
we needed somebody to model our merch, and we had a T-shirt winner, but our human winner, but we got this write-in for a furry, and he won the furry part. He's Tech Roo. He's a furry kangaroo, but he's a male kangaroo. Yes. And people have been giving him crap forever, ever since they knew he was a furry. They've been giving him crap about not having a pouch. And he's always like, WTF, I'm a male kangaroo. We don't have pouches.
But since he won the off-track merch contest, we sent him a fanny pack with off-track logo on it. So now he has a pouch.
So now he has a pouch.
We're helping him with this transition. He might not only be a furry, but he's a trans furry now.
Right.
Yeah, he is.
How you feeling about the transition there, Tech Roo?
First off, Stan, hey, long time, first time. How's it going?
Going well, sir. You
very good.
You wear that well.
Dude, it is so hot in this thing right now. I've been out of town for the weekend. Been out of town for the weekend. I just about 9 in the house, 120 inside this thing.
He's in Wyoming.
Yeah, he's in. Yeah.
But he makes he's a home brewer, and his beer is outstanding.
Yes, he brought some beer to MojoCon last year, and it was pretty good.
I haven't had this one. This is the Golden Graham Scottish Porter.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Okay.
But I need my longer straws in order to drink.
I don't know if kangaroos are allowed. I'm just saying.
Is there an age of consumption for kangaroos?
Yeah,
Oh heck no!
Okay.
Don't judge him. Judge him on the content of his character.
Well, now that you guys gave him a pouch, we can't
Not the color of his
anymore.
Not the color of his fur.
Yeah, we gave him a pouch. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't go around giving male kangaroos pouches and then start talking about character.
Exactly.
I got derailed, like big time.
Yeah. That's what we do. Hashtag derailed.
Totally got derailed.
So, Tuckaroo, do you have a question for Stan?
No, I do enjoy listening to his program. We have had it out on Facebook, though he doesn't know who I am on Facebook. So, all right. But yeah, no hard feelings. You're cool.
Yeah.
He's Richard. Richard Brandt on Facebook.
Oh, you're giving it away.
Hey. But no, I have a whole lot of, I guess you'd call them sparring partners on Facebook. It's like, why do you seem so angry? I'm not angry.
No,
I'm never angry online. What? And the reason for that would be,
yeah.
But you're like, well, you say such harsh things that, you take my conciseness with words to connote some type of emotion. I'm going to stay. I think what I think, and
because you're thinking.
Yeah. You're allowed to. Yeah, you're allowed to feel any way about it that you want to. But the idea that I got any feelings involved in this interaction is like, no, I don't.
No, it's black man thinking, not black man feeling.
However, I will admit, once I find somebody in their emotions, up in their feelings, yeah.
Do you poke them? Do you poke them with a stick?
Oh, I poke them. Man, I poke them with a.
Yeah, he does.
Oh my gosh, man! I poke them with a lance. I poke them with a AR-15. I poke them with any. I want to see emotional bleeding. Don't bring your feelings around me and expect to get away with it. I am coming. It's almost like is there blood in the water and there's a shark nearby?
Yeah.
I can smell online emotions a mile away. What? I smell feelings.
With them, it's nothing but feelings and virtue. I retweeted a couple of things a day or two ago, and one of the leftist popufers took offense to it, and he's going off on this conspiracy theory that neo-Nazis are dressing up as black people and killing people in the hood to try to start a race war. And he says there's like hundreds of articles on this, and I said, I just muted the conversation. I don't have time for that crap. And now everybody else is fighting with them. And
it is the thing that's most interesting to me when I heard about that, and I'm like, whoa, wait, let me get this straight. So black folks are 13% of the population. 52% of America's murder victims. And 92% of those particular murder victims are killed by other black folks. But you want me to believe that some white folks are dressing up like y'all and going to, they got a long way to go to catch up on the work y'all been doing. I'm like, come on, man. It's like, that's what you're going to go with? Because that's just a deflection. And people get very upset to say, why are you always talking about black folk? I said, why y'all always killing each other?
Yeah.
There was a show that I listened. There was a show that I listened to recently of yours, the Black Man Thinking. And when I talked to you on the phone about being on our show, I discussed this point with you briefly, and I wanted to get your take for the audience on it. The concept that you put out, and I thought it was poignant. It was brilliantly laid out, and I had never thought of it this way before. But the civil rights movement was to bring forward, raise up, however you want to phrase it, an entire class of people, all of them, everybody. Mm-hmm. And our politicians and our media in current day, when they talk about the first black tennis player and the first black president and the first black astronaut, they're not bringing or trying to bring everybody up. They're making it about individuals again.
Yes. And that was actually,
I think it was 2 weeks ago.
That was the hallmark of the civil rights movement, going with the Montgomery bus boycott and forward, was like, how do we bring everybody along?
Yeah.
I mean, for those who remember the Montgomery bus boycott, you had a year and a day of pretty much the entire Black population of Montgomery not riding the buses and sticking together, supporting each other through that. No violence, no disrespect outwardly. Of course, those were different times. Get your head busted for being disrespectful or being perceived that way. And by the end of it, you had quite a number of white people providing rides to Blacks who were upholding the boycott against the buses. But you brought all of Montgomery's Blacks along. When you saw the marches, you didn't see, we weren't focusing on the issue of, we have the first doctor, the first 14-year-old to go to college. No, we have here in a city in Tennessee, sanitation workers who are not getting fairly paid. Well, that's not a big deal. At that time, that was because that was a relatively lucrative job that Blacks in that part of the country could have, and you could raise your children. You could have good, you could provide a good home. You could do all that, but it was a dangerous job and it wasn't necessarily being dealt with fairly. So when you did that, you weren't lifting up 2 or 3 people. You were lifting up, a few hundred to a few thousand. That's what the movement was about. And as long as you were bringing people in groups to this thing, that's where the cohesion came. Because white people looked at what was being done, that Black people weren't asking for help. They were simply asking to be regarded in accordance with their legal status as Americans. That's what they were asking for.
Right.
And the decision by the majority of the country, thank goodness, was that, you know what, they're right. And therefore, it took a while, but therefore, we're going to stand with them.
Yeah.
What we have now is, and one of the reasons we can't do it anymore, is you don't have the same problems that you had 5 decades ago. We talk about systemic racism, white privilege, white supremacy. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Dude, I was born in 1961. Let me tell you about what white supremacy and white privilege and white racism looks like when there were still water fountains that I was told to leave alone. Okay, y'all ain't dealing with that. You don't have an issue, and that's what the problem is.
I have to deal with that. I'm still in school. I'm going for my master's, and almost every semester we have to take a class on our and we have to write like a short paper on recognizing our privilege. So I have to write a part of it on being my white privilege, and then the other part on being a woman and being a victim.
Wow.
Like
that's a degree that I don't need. I'm just
wait. Are there any papers that are dealing with the oppression of furries?
That's what I'm gonna do.
Persecution.
Especially against ruse that brew.
How is this supposed to help anything? Taking people that have had nothing to do with this stuff and rubbing their nose in it and blaming everybody collectively, and somehow
it is very simple. For the last 5-6 decades, you poor people of Caucasian extraction have allowed a bunch of folks to beat you into submission because you don't want to be thought of as racist. Not because you are racist, but because if you say something and the emotional victim class jumps up and starts calling you names, you're actually afraid of that. And I've said this recently. If you guys don't stop acting like a bunch of, yes. If you guys don't start acting like a bunch of female genitalia.
For about half of Barack Obama's presidency, I was concerned with people calling me a racist, and I would defend myself and be like, no, I'm not. I'm really not. Why do you think I am? About halfway
thing
through it, when I realized that no matter what I did, they were going to continue to call me a racist because they didn't like my ideas or my thoughts.
Reparations, taking down
I gave up.
statues,
I
none
quit.
of it.
Well, we're out of
so
time.
much, Stanley.
Yes. Thank you,
We're
Stan.
gonna have him back
Join us.
on because there's so
Yes,
much more to
please
talk
come
about.
back.
No problem.
It was
Thank
great
you,
talking
Tech.
to you, Stan. Thank you, Tech Rue.
Yes.
Really enjoyed
Thank you,
it.
Off
Thank
Track.
you very much.
Thanks for thinking.
All right, y'all come back next week and share the show and all that good stuff. And yeah, Off Track. See ya.